What is love?
I've been dreaming.
And what is it not?
Hello, worthless.
We've talked about this before, that love and attraction are not the same thing.
Correct.
And there is no such thing as love at first sight.
That is correct.
Because love takes actually knowing somebody, and then love is a behavior, right? It's something you do. Attraction and even like a connection at first is totally possible. Robert has approached his relationship with Nancy as if it's just purely a rational, pragmatic decision. Here's Robert, and Giselle's way over here, that love is just spontaneous and free and just kind of happens effortlessly. Mm-hmm. And what I love about the story is love is actually here. So in this scene...
Is it possible for skin to curdle?
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies today and always.
Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker who needs therapy, is sitting here on the right.
Good. That's the left. They're
For
right.
you, not for the internet.
Okay, hello internet and interwebs. Today we're going to be doing movie couples therapy.
I love movie couples therapy. These are fun.
On several different couples in the film Enchanted. This is a revolving doors. This is
many couples, so much pain.
There's a lot of swapping that's going on in this film.
Do we want to call it swapping?
That's what happens. I mean, they stay put once they swap. So we're going to take primarily a look at Giselle and Robert.
Robert, sure.
But also Robert and Nancy.
Sure.
Giselle and Edward.
You're right.
Edward and Nancy.
And do we get the best one of them all?
Nathaniel and Narcissa.
Mirror on the wall?
Yes. Oh, gosh. Okay. So we're going to be taking a look at what is love.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
So let's dive in.
So correct me if I'm wrong, was the animated stuff in the marketing at all? Because I remember walking into the movie and going like, what the hell?
It was.
Okay, maybe I just hadn't seen any trailers.
Yes, it's me. And you are?
Giselle.
Oh, Giselle! We shall be married in the morning. You're the fairest maid I've ever met.
Weirdly, animated James Marsden and real James Marsden look exactly the same. I cannot tell them apart.
They both have. I mean, they both have a cartoon character's cheesiness in this.
True.
So I love Disney. This whole film is roasting. They're roasting themselves.
Yeah.
And they're roasting
particularly early princess films.
Yeah, and how they portrayed love and what it is, while still, the film retains its optimism, but it balances with a certain realism.
With a little bit of reality. Just a little bit.
And so obviously we're starting here with Giselle and with Edward, who, this is just, you meet, what's your name? Awesome, we're getting married tomorrow.
True love!
Yeah, and...
Wow, it happened. I fell out of a tree.
Oh man, we've talked about this before, that love and attraction are not the same thing.
Correct.
And there is no such thing as love at first sight.
That is correct.
Because love takes actually knowing somebody, and then love is a behavior, right? It's something you do. Attraction and even like a connection at first is totally possible.
Oh yeah, I love at first sight. I don't believe in it, but I love it.
And I love throughout this film how Disney roasts itself. Happy Working song, when she summons all the New York creatures instead of the forest creatures.
The cockroaches sweeping the tub shot should be on r/oddly satisfying. It's just,
as they spread out?
As they spread out and the tub just gets magically clean.
And they eat the grime or whatever they're doing.
I love it. It's great.
And the rat, is it the mirror that the rat's cleaning with its tail or whatever? And,
yeah, the one-legged pigeon that should have gotten an Oscar for one-legged pigeon performance.
I have an issue, though. Once they clean the whole house up and Robert comes out and he sees the animals and he shoos them out, they really needed a scene of him, Windexing and using antibacterial all over the house. Because the rest of the movie, I'm just thinking they're all going to die.
Yeah, no, there's so much disease. So much disease in that house.
Meanwhile, back in the real world...
Okay, Phoebe, I'll see you in the morning, okay?
See how far you
Oh,
get.
you're just afraid I don't
creamy.
need you.
No, what I need is a vacation.
Hey, so after a whole day of that, you still want to get
Oh,
engaged?
please. Those people got married on a crazy romantic whim. It's not like that with Nancy and I.
Oh, that's right. None of that crazy romantic stuff for you, huh?
Oh, come on. I mean, we're rational.
Oh,
No, we've taken the time to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Sounds like you're building a bridge.
First of all, what is up with this woman? You want to get married? But you're, like, so rational? Like, pick a lane, lady! Do you hate marriage, or do you want him to be a romantic sweetheart? Like,
I cringed a little bit on the inside when he says we're rational, we've taken the time to get to know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and then she makes some sarcastic remark as if that's a bad thing. That he's taking it slow and seeing if...
Yeah, this is, like, excellent advice,
yes!
right?
We see later on that Robert has overcorrected, that his first relationship ended because it was just on a whim and there wasn't a sure foundation there. But when she says, sounds like you're building a bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good metaphor.
That's a really good metaphor. And taking your time and being rational about it. Robert's overcorrected in that he doesn't have a lot of heart in it.
Right.
He sees this more as a pragmatic decision.
Right.
And turns out...
Although he's pragmatically marrying Adina Menzel. So... Good job, pragmatism.
And way to pronounce the name correctly.
The wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Alan is officially superior to John Travolta in at least one way.
That's the only way.
But Nancy, his fiance, needs more romance in her life, and he's not seeing that because he's stuck in this mindset. And now we're going to take a look at, as we're just laying all the pieces on the table, your favorite of the couples, Narcissa and Nathaniel.
Hey!
Oh, I do wish there was someone who cared enough for me to go after him. Oh, a man like that.
Also, animated Timothy Spall and real Timothy Spall are indistinguishable.
For him.
Accurate.
Never.
That noise. It's just, come on.
I think we should,
Come on.
I think you should do voiceover acting for animation, and you should be the guy who just makes the weird. So in this scene, she's not into him, but she knows that he's crazy about her.
Yes.
And it's one-sided, and that gives her room to manipulate. Right? And that's not love. He's looking for her to give him worth, to give him value. Right. If I can get someone like this to want me to fall for me, then
I have value.
Yeah.
Right?
Low-key, this is my favorite arc of the film, is Nathaniel learning to love himself and to not put up with this.
Hello, worthless.
But this isn't love either. And very often we get into this trap of that he's getting into. I want someone to validate me, want me, and it's not love. So now Robert and Giselle are hanging out. He thinks she's a loon. And this is the first scene where he starts to realize there may be something special about her because she breaks into song, which nobody does, but then people start to break into song around her.
It just kind of works. And then all of Central Park.
Which I do have a fantasy that I could start singing in Central Park. It's this and 500 Days of Summer that made me just, I could start a dance.
No,
like
little known
flash
fact about Central Park. If you start singing and it's catchy enough and you're on key, all of Central Park joins you. These are the rules of New York.
Starting now, I'm the king of New York. I'm the king of New York.
All right. I will not dispute this. So let's take a look at this conversation here.
Well, does he take you out dancing just so he can hold you close?
I don't dance.
Dedicate a song with words meant just for you. Ooh.
And I really don't sing.
Go find a
She reminds me of Audrey.
Yes.
Like, your daughter.
Yeah, Audrey watched this as a manual, not like a fantasy.
Oh my gosh. James Marsden.
Giselle!
See? Like a cartoon.
I've been dreaming.
Yeah, no, if you try to sing in Central Park, that's actually what will happen to you.
She's so excited.
Take these flowers to Nancy, please.
What are you, crazy? They're birds. They don't know where she lives.
The number one thing about Amy Adams' performance is her hands. What she's doing with her hands constantly is brilliant.
Well, and if you watch Snow White talks to the dwarves like that.
Yeah.
So tell me about this whole scene. I just, in my mind, think this had to have been so much fun to do.
Oh, an absolute blast and a huge logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you got to close down stuff. You have to have PAs surrounding everything to make sure that just random bogeys, like regular people, don't walk in. Then you have to have all these trained dancers, all the costume, all the makeup to get all these people dressed. And you can only shoot on beautiful sunny days. So you can get everybody together and it starts raining and you're like, oh, well, weather cover, we're going to go into the set and shoot a scene with 2 people. So like this type of stuff is what I absolutely live for as a filmmaker, like big elaborate set pieces. They're super, super fun. They're incredibly stressful. And it's just a high wire act, right? Because like the whole time you're just like biting your nails and like, oh, we have this whole huge thing planned and I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
And then you shoot it and you just... I'm the only filmmaker I've ever seen actually do this. I will, well, and you've seen me do it. I will jump up and down like behind the monitor and just start like running back and forth. Just like, yes, we got it.
Now, as far as what love is, Robert has approached his relationship with Nancy as if it's just purely a rational, pragmatic decision.
Correct.
And
it's a contract. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's Robert, and Giselle's way over here, that love is just spontaneous and free and just kind of happens effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about the story is love is actually here.
Right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not either one. Neither one of them's right.
And neither one of them is wholly wrong.
Right.
You know? And so when she's like, send these flowers to Nancy.
They're doves. They don't know who Nancy is.
And of course, like the very next scene is Nancy calling, like,
You got those flowers?
and you know, got them a date to the ball, and that you do need to know, your partner needs to know they're special.
Yeah.
And they do need to be treated like differently than any other relationship that
For
you
sure.
have. Because you and I have a rational, pragmatic relationship, but you've never sent me flowers via dove carrier pigeon.
Really? We didn't get there? What the
Hello there. Thank you. Orange and pumpkin spice and everything nice.
Oh, dear Lord above.
Buy our popcorn in our store below. So speaking of, Robert's here and Giselle's here. Here they're really going to hash out those views, that they have those perspectives.
What?
This is a great scene.
Does she miss her terribly?
Miss who?
Her mother.
Well,
Talking about Robert's daughter.
What?
we don't talk about it.
Oh. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
No, it's okay. It's just, I don't talk about it to Morgan or to anybody.
Because it was very sad.
Not at first.
This is 2
You were in love.
great bits of performance. Amy Adams is playing a cartoon character, and he's playing a real person, and they both feel believable in the scene.
Because love, you know.
That's tough
The lovey-dovey version.
for both.
It's fantasy. Then one day you have to wake up and you're in the real world.
Well, what made you wake up?
Well, she left.
I'm so sorry for you both.
It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. It's her I worry about, though. Oh, she's shy. She doesn't have very many friends. I just want her to be strong, you know? To be able to face the world for what it is. That's why I don't encourage the fairy tales. I don't want to set her up to believe in this dreams come true nonsense.
But dreams do come true. And maybe something wonderful will happen.
Yeah, well, I forgot who I was talking to.
This reminds me of, we just did a Muppet Christmas Carol episode we filmed. Might come out after this. I think it'll come out after this.
Yeah.
But where we talk about Michael Caine playing completely straight against all these Muppets. She's basically a Muppet, you know?
She's basically playing a Muppet or a cartoon character. I mean, it's a big, broad character. And the fact that Amy Adams can make that believable tells you that Amy Adams should win more Oscars than she has won. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
She's very, very good. But, you know, don't count out McDreamy here. Like, he's really bringing true, believable, subtle emotion
Yeah.
to a scene with a cartoon character.
Yeah.
And it just works. It plays well because they're both so dedicated to it.
And it works thematically because you could see their opposing views of love and where they come from. And she's learning some harsh realities about the real world.
For sure, yeah. This is not a thing she's experienced.
Yeah.
Right?
About what
true love is what happens.
Yeah, and he, on the other hand, is kind of jaded and cynical out of self-preservation.
Yeah.
And she's starting to open some of that up. Now, the born sexy yesterday trope.
Oh boy.
You know?
I don't think this is a full Born Sexy Yesterday.
Why not?
For those who don't know, Born Sexy Yesterday was coined by Pop Culture Detective, right? On YouTube? Mm-hmm. I think that's a Pop Culture Detective thing. But it's basically a character who is a very childlike person inside usually a grown woman's body. Born Sexy Yesterday is almost always a woman. It's occasionally a man, but almost always a woman.
Innocent, naive, needs the man to protect her, teach her how the world works.
Except she also is often a total badass in like combat situations.
Yeah.
Or in this case, in dancing and singing situations, right? But it's not fully a totally gross Born Sexy Yesterday because, she is, and he thinks she's beautiful at the beginning, but he's not romantically interested in her until he starts getting to know her.
Well, and she starts to become more of a real person.
She's not like a child anymore. Right?
Yeah.
She has a more evolved understanding of what the world is.
Like even here in this pizza restaurant scene, he's not into her until we get to this.
I forget who I was talking to.
Yeah.
That's not someone you're interested in.
All right, so in lieu of taking advice from a forest rodent, I just wanted to say that, if it did work out and you decided to stay in New York, I'd like to help.
Well, that's very kind of you, Robert. But Edward is coming for me.
But what if he doesn't?
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I deal with this every day. If a relationship has issues at the beginning, it doesn't get any better.
He is coming.
Giselle.
I have a feeling you will dispute that.
I will.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to disagree. No.
No?
No.
Is that the only word that you know? No?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
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 Oh.
I mean, no.
Oh,
No.
No. Over and over again. Every word out of your mouth is no. It makes me so. Oh, sometimes you make me so.
I make you so what?
You make me so. Angry. I'm angry.
Are you all right?
I'm angry. I'm angry.
In that second before she says angry, she played like 6 emotions, and you can read all of them. Holy crap, she's good.
I'm wonderful.
But anger makes her real. So does her sun affinity for chest hair.
It is a fiddle.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Good night.
So much happening in this scene, and then for her, this is all something very new, but also frightening because there's not infidelity in animated land. Oh my. Because she's engaged to Edward, and in her world, you meet somebody.
Well, and he's engaged or getting engaged to
Nancy. Yeah,
this can't happen.
And in her world, it doesn't happen.
Right.
The complexities of this, it's not complex. You meet someone, you fall in love happily ever after, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
And whereas Robert is very much aware of this type of thing, which is why I think it's curious. He's the one to turn away from the kiss and not do it.
Right.
Giselle, I think she can't even process everything that's happening. It's all so new for her. Robert's like, oh, I know what this could be. And
she's never seen chest hair before. You don't animate chest hair. That's too much work for the animators. You just don't do it unless it's guest on.
To me, it speaks volumes that only after she's become angry does he experience actual attraction to her.
Sure. Yeah.
Because she is real. Before she's born sexy yesterday, she's childlike. She's an innocent. She's a cartoon. There's nothing there for him.
Yeah, no.
As a decent man, there's nothing there for him.
Right.
But now suddenly there's a real living, breathing, complex person in front of him, and he's like, I'm gonna leave now. you know?
Yeah. Now she's graduated from Born Sexy Yesterday to Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Well, it's a step.
But she's, I mean, she's obviously not, because she has a huge arc in this story. It's her story, not his. But
yeah, but it's a big step for her. And then Edward comes in and complicates things, and I love this scene so very much.
Oh no, this one?
You look beautiful.
Giselle!
Giselle!
I'm sorry, but could you just be careful?
You.
What?
You're the one who's been holding my Giselle captive.
Just let's stay calm.
No!
Have you any last words before I dispatch you?
You have got to be kidding me.
Strange words.
No! No! No. These are my friends.
Oh. I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss.
He sings too.
And a miss I have begun to miss. Pure and sweet, waiting to complete my love song.
Without the background music, it's so awkward.
So great.
Where there's a maid I've never met.
Which highlights, like, the insanity of it, you know?
Who was made to finish.
What's wrong?
You're not singing.
Oh. I'm not. Well, I'm sorry. I was thinking.
Thinking?
Before we leave, there's one thing I would love to do.
Oh, well, name it, my love, and it is done.
I want to go on a date.
A date? What's a date?
Oh my goodness. Okay. It is a crime that comedic performances and comedies do not win Oscars, because find me a better performance in 2007 than James Marsden in that scene. You cannot do it. That is the best filmed performance of 2007. The end. It's so damn good. I'm like sweating and crying.
When she's like, these are my friends, he's like, okay. So thematically, we have this moment where Edward's still in cartoon land of what love is. And
Yeah.
I love so much that they don't have music, like background music. There's no orchestra when he starts singing.
Yeah.
So he just looks like a madman.
It just looks insane.
And to Giselle, suddenly she doesn't hear music either.
Right.
Which to me signals like she's in the real world now, and she sees how removed this fantasy is from what reality is.
Right.
You know? And so I think that's really cool, because the film then goes into, with these different couples, you have Nathaniel and Narcissa, where he decides to love himself. Mm-hmm. That she doesn't really love him, and that he doesn't need her validation, which I think is awesome.
Yep.
And then you have, when we get to the switcheroo, Robert ends up with Giselle, and then Edward ends up with Nancy, which to me feels like a little too convenient happy ending. Just
A little too convenient happy ending, but also, I mean, Idina Menzel should just be an animated character who's singing all the time.
she's in the right place,
Yeah,
right?
This is the right place for her.
But for her, it makes sense because she wanted more romance anyways.
Right.
So it seems like we're going to see in the sequel whether or not they're actually happy.
I'm unreasonably excited. Like, normally, sequel 15 years after movie, looking at you, Avatar, I'm like, really?
Well,
I really want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Edward!
Robert!
Fingers crossed on Avatar.
Don't they have oh yeah, fingers very crossed on Avatar. I weirdly loved the first film, probably more than I should. But they have the original Morgan back, right? But she's all grown up.
But
now.
she's all grown up. Yeah, they got the whole cast back.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Robert and Giselle, they meet in the middle to find what real love is. It is rational. It is logical. It is taking time to get to know somebody. It is going on dates and seeing if this person is a good fit, if who you think they are matches who they actually are. Robert and Giselle at the beginning aren't a fit for each other.
Right.
And in real life, you're usually You're usually better off finding someone who's a lot like you. But if you're very different, it comes down to, do you accept influence? And they're very good at accepting influence from each other.
For sure.
He becomes more romantic because of her, and she takes major steps into what reality is because of him, and they meet in the middle. And that is love, and that is beautiful. But it is not manipulation. It is not control. It's not attraction or attachment or affection. It's much deeper and more profound than that. And I love that this film, by having Robert and Giselle end up together the way they do, it explores all these different things. It says, that's not love. That's not love. That's not love.
Well, I love that the way they end up getting there, you know, is an inversion of the damsel in distress trope. Robert becomes the damsel. She's climbing around with a sword and slaying a dragon and, you know, all of that stuff. That's great. I also really, really, really hope in the sequel that we find out that Giselle and Buddy the Elf have been on book tours together. Just selling kids' books. I just want
because they're both in New York.
They're both in New York.
Oh, that's headcanon now.
Yeah, no, those are the same world.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same universe.
I'll buy that.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. I dig it. What do you all think love is and isn't? What has been your experience? Let us know in the comments below. Are you excited for the sequel? Why or why not? Let us know below.
Do you believe in love at first sight or true love's kiss? Explain why you're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Do I know how comments work? Is that how comments does?
Oh.
That seems right. So until next time.
I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss.
My lady.
Oh.
And watch movies.
Oh, yes.
I am so icked out.
We want to thank all of our patrons who helped bring you this episode, especially
Gregory Olsen, Colin Eggers, Rebecca Brotman, Shannon Ibanez Aguilar, and I really hope this is a real name, Leviticus Yeticus. If that isn't your real name, legally change it.
Thank you for supporting our show.